As we're leading to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, one of the most important places we're going to be spending a lot of time is going to be the synagogue. And when we walk into the synagogue, we find ourselves in a world that is so foreign to so many of us. When we walk into synagogue, the prayers are being conducted in Hebrew. The tunes are unfamiliar to us. We sit down, we are completely lost in the experience. And we try to say to ourselves, we're going into this place because we want to connect. And yet when we get into the space, we have no way of connecting. So is there a way in which we can connect or help you in to feel this experience that is so valuable and so precious to so many? It is the soul that pulls us and calls us to come to the synagogue, to come and participate in the communal expressions of prayer, to share in this moment. When you walk into shul and you hear the prayers and the ancient tunes, and some of these tunes are truly ancient, thousands of years old, we're feeling that we are connecting to the generations and being part of them. The chain of transmission, the chain of tradition. So how can I help you make this experience a little bit more meaningful as we prepare for these holy days? So here are a couple of suggestions that I would like to make. There's no prohibition in praying and no problem with praying in English or your vernacular language. Why is this so important? Because tefillah, prayer, is avodat shebalev, is a connection of my heart and my spirit. And how can I connect if I don't understand what I'm saying? It is true that there's an amazing power to be reciting the same words as generations of Jews have been reciting throughout and being connected to that experience. But if I can't get there yet, at least let me understand what I am saying. And thus, if you go to a good Jewish bookshop, you'll find that there are fantastic resources for prayers. And in particular, there have been some beautiful machzorim that have been produced and printed to help and assist us in our prayers. One of these machzorim was printed already in the 1980s. Before then, when I was young, I would receive a machzor which had all the prayers beautifully written with an English translation so I could follow. But I had no idea as to what was actually being recited, the themes that were trying to be produced. And thus, I was introduced to this book, the Art Scroll Machzor. The Art Scroll Machzor is a beautiful translation of the text. And at the bottom of it, each page, there is a little explanatory notes about what is going on in the service at this particular time. And quite often, as I was growing up, I would just sit in shul and just read. I would let the tunes of the Chazan and choir wash over me for the experience, but I would just read and feel and find a paragraph that I really connected to. In the last 10 years, there's been a new edition that has come out, and this is the famous Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory. He's produced what is called the Koren Machzor set. And again, there's some beautiful essays at the beginning, as well as commentary interspersed throughout the Machzor, just to help us to understand what's being recited, being said. Because on this important day of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we really want to feel that we are part of this experience. And like the child walking into a space where we just don't know what's going on, so too are we, children of Israel, children of God, walking into the synagogue. It is very hard at the outset to try and connect. So let me give you some advice. This is advice that I actually am speaking about myself. Number one is to review the text. To get the Machzor and read it not just on Rosh Hashanah, but in the lead up to Rosh Hashanah, right? Because and highlight also, just make little marks within the text that there is an idea. Here is a story that I want to connect to. I can connect to, and on the day of Rosh Hashanah, when I'm sitting in shul, I can meditate on that particular chapter, verse, or passage. There is a beautiful tradition on Rosh Hashanah. And yes, it is a long service for those who want to be there for the entire service. But there are so many additional beautiful prayers that are added into the service. These prayers are called piyutim, or poems, liturgical poems, which are added. And the beauty of them is they just help me to focus on the themes of the day, what I should be thinking about on this day. They are beautifully scribed, written down thousands of years ago by some of the great poets of our people. And while I'm reading them and reflecting upon them, it just connects me to the nature of this day. So read up, connect, and be a part of. When we go into shul, we feel the power and majesty of these days of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. But it's upon us. We have a responsibility to prepare so we can enjoy. Too often, we walk into shul just to be entertained, to be passive observers. Judaism has never been about being passive. It's the active engagement with our tradition and our faith. So two resources that you should have a look at. Number one, the Machzor series by Art Scroll, and the Machzor series by Koren, Rabbi Sachs and Art Scroll, giving you some incredible insights to make this Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur as meaningful as possible for you. Wishing you a Shana Tova Umetuka. Hi, this is Rabbi Lewin. If you've enjoyed the content of the sermons and the ideas that have been expressed in the YouTube video, please hit that first subscription button and notification bell, and share the videos with friends. We'd love to grow the channel and love to engage with you. Please share your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing day.